Tonight I'll be giving a presentation on one of the advanced manuals on persuasive speaking. The first project in that manual is on how to be an effective salesperson. This project is broken into several different parts. The first part is for me to give a 3 to 4 minute presentation for you in regards to what is entailed in being an effective salesperson and the persuasive process in sales. The key to being a successful salesperson and following the persuasive process is to know your buyer. That's the very first thing you want to know, is who your buyer is and what they want, what their needs are. You need to know their need. In order to determine their needs, the first thing you need to do is understand the whole thought process that's going on behind the scene in the buyer's head. They might not realize it themselves. The first thing the buyer is going to be doing is identifying their need. So identifying the need, what you're going to do there is you're going to recognize that you have some need. For example, you recognize that you might need help in public speaking. So there you decide you have a need. The next step you're going to have is identifying how important that need is, the importance of your need. Identifying how important it is determines whether or not you're going to act on that need. For example, the need to get help with public speaking. You gave a speech, you were terrified, didn't know what to do, you felt very nervous, and you realized you really needed to get help. So this became an important need at that point. So the next step you're going to do is to seek out possible solutions for this need. So you're going to identify alternatives. This might be doing your research, finding out about Toastmasters, finding out about public speaking courses at a local college, finding out about maybe a special seminar that's going on in public speaking. Then you're going to evaluate those solutions that you've come up with. Now in the evaluation process, you're going to take each one of your solutions and determine against your need how those fit your need, whether they're fit with expense, whether they fit in with what you're looking for overall in your process, and what you want to find out in terms of speaking, how it's going to fit and determine the solution for your need. Which one is going to be best? That's what you're doing in evaluations, determining which one of your solutions are the best one for you. The final phase is to make a decision. So here you're going to take those evaluations that you just went through and make a decision on which one you're going to be. So your decision, in this case, may be to join a Toastmasters club. So you're going to go out and find a club that you can go to, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to join that club. The other possibility is you may decide not to do anything at all. So you have any area of decisions here in this process. Now, as a salesperson, I need to try to determine what your need is, because when you come to me, you're not necessarily going to tell me exactly what your need is, and how important that need is to you. And then I'm also going to need to find out maybe what other things you've looked into, what solutions you may have come up with on your own, and how my solutions that I've come up with will fit into satisfying your need and the importance of your need. So that when you evaluate it, you'll look more favorably toward me than you do any of your other needs. That's the part of the persuasion that comes in there. Finally, I'm going to ask you to make a decision and decide whether or not you're going to accept my solution to your problem or go somewhere else, or decide not to do anything at all. So that's the 5 steps involved in determining a buyer's need. Now, a successful salesperson is going to, first of all, have excellent listening skills, because they need to be able to hear what the buyer is telling them in order to really feel out what the buyer's need is. They're also going to need to have credibility with the buyer. It's a proven fact that people, all situations being equal, prefer to do business with somebody that they know and trust more than they do with a stranger. So the salesperson needs to be able to build rapport with that person when they come up to them in a sales situation. Make that person feel comfortable and help that person really feel like they know the salesperson and want to buy something from that person. The next thing you need is trust. It goes along with credibility. The client has to feel that you know what you're talking about, and that they can trust what the information that you're giving them. For instance, in my example with Toastmasters Club, when you come to a club, when you're talking to the members of the club. You want to feel that you fit in with that group of people, and that you trust that group of people to help you to accomplish your goals. Or in a sales situation, say you go to a store to buy something from a merchant. You want to feel that you trust that when that merchant gives you a product, they're going to be behind it and they're going to add value to it for you. So you want to have trust with the salesperson. The salesperson also has to have a good attitude. Nobody likes to go in and talk to a salesperson that's grumpy or that is ignoring you. They need to be courteous, friendly, and make you feel like they're there to help you and not there just to fill the time up. That's very important. So going into the whole persuasion process, the first thing that the salesperson needs to do is to build that rapport. So they're going to get their listening skills out. They're going to start asking questions. That's the second point. Ask questions. Learn about everything they can about that client. Third, they're then going to take that information they've gathered from the client and try to find a solution to the client's problem. And then finally, they're going to come to the close. They're going to ask the client or the person, the buyer, to purchase whatever product they're trying to sell. They're going to handle any objections that come up and then go back into the close again. Ask that person to do it. A lot of times, this is where most salespeople fail, is in that last step. They forget to either ask the person to buy the product or they're afraid to ask the person to buy the product. That's the most important part of the process, is that last step of asking the person, okay, you like it? You going to buy it now? That's a very important step to it. That's basically the process involved in the persuasive process for sales. That concludes the first part of my project.